I wonder if I should. I wonder. Bring that up just a hair. Probably regret this. Like that there. What's that? Grab you. So we get a little bit, let's see. He's getting cut off just a hair, but you can see everything you need to see. And then we've got an infantry unit here, and then one guy off camera here. But the edge comes to here, so that's the best I can get. Alright, hold on. Let me turn this crap off. Bikers. Looks like we're playing nothing fancy, just commands and colors on the Callistra terrain. Sorry, the novelty and shine has yet to wear off, so I'm still messing with that stuff. Good morning. You're England, right, or Australia or something? Let's see. What's the sound like, P. Beckus? Can you hear me all right? Tricorn, yeah, that's cool. I'm not a big Revolutionary War, or I guess you call it American War of Independence fan. Sound is perfect. Well, that's great, because I just spent a whole bunch of money on a microphone that isn't here yet. And it turns out I don't even think I need it. I'm in a different room. I've moved the whole computer setup to the game table. I've got about 5,000 cords underneath the table back there, and got a monitor back there against the window. Thought I'd run through an impromptu test run of something I would like to call Saturday Night Fight Maker. Don't know that it will always be on Saturday night, but this should be the beginning of some regular live streaming events. Now that I have the setup and technology to do so, it would be nice if I can make that happen. So let me shuffle these cards the invalid way, because I can't do the fancy shuffle, so I do a cross. And then I'll introduce the scenario, talk a little bit about some stuff. Could probably do that while I'm shuffling, but I ain't gonna. So I want to draw your attention to the buildings here that I've added in the bridge. This is paper. I found the PDFs online. I paid like $6 for the, what do you call it, the models, the paper models, and then you just fold and glue. And again, it's off camera, but over back here is a windmill I completely made myself. And it doesn't look half bad for a windmill. Well, last time I talked to you guys, I had some samurai stuff going on here. I'm all over the place, back and forth. Now I'm back to Napoleon stuff. It's officially the start of beautiful weather here in New Orleans. The humidity is gone. Cool weather, nice breezes, wonderful stuff. So what we have here is combat at Redinha, 12th of March, 1811, just yesterday. And let's see, we're reading through the historical background. Fought during Massena's retreat from the lines of Porvedra, and Marshal Ney commanded the rear guard. Having failed to delay the British on the 11th, Ney returned to a new position near Redinha His second rearguard stand was at an ideal place with a plateau south of the village and woods on each flank. Ney deployed Marmet's division on the plateau and Marchand's division north of the village on the far side of the Ancos River. Wellington knew that he was close to the main French force, proceeded very cautiously, giving Ney the opportunity to move most of Marchand's brigades to support Marmet. It was almost 2 p.m. when all of Wellington's forces were in position, and a general advance was ordered. The 3rd Division attacked the French left, and the Light Division the French right. Erskine's force threw the French out of the woods on the right, and only a timely charge by the French cavalry prevented the position from being overrun. Soon, however, Ney's flanks were both threatened, and Marmet and Marchand were ordered to retreat across the river. Ney was praised for his handling of the rearguard, for he had held Wellington up for an entire day, giving Massena the time he needed to force his way across the Mondego River. And then the usual stage is set, battle lines are drawn, and you are in command. Can you change history? Well, probably, because first of all, I don't think I'm going to play this correctly. I will make mistakes. That is a guarantee. But it is natural. So the British Army gets 6 cards. Now, the last few times I've played this, I've done it the solitaire way. I'm going to do this the solitaire, non-solitaire way. So the solitaire way, that is to say the Richard GMT recommended 3 card per side way. I'm not doing it like that, I don't think. I'm going to go ahead and do British 6 cards, French 5 cards, and go that route. So British 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. French 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw, pile, move the beer. Yes, it's a Guinness. And again, I swear, the only time I really partake is when I'm on camera with you guys. Otherwise, I don't typically drink a whole lot these days. All right, so again, British get 6 cards and the French get 5. We need 6 victory banners. A side does for victory, hence the term victory banners. Now this river here is impassable except for the bridge. We have, this would be Redinha represented here. What else do we have? Commander Marmet, Commander Marchand, and I need binoculars, I can't read this. Another Frenchy commander here. And we have, what is that, Erskine, just off camera, just right past that line there. Picton right there, and another British commander there. This is a dark colored blood red troops are Portuguese. There's actually Portuguese here, you just can't see them, they're ghosts. I ran out. I haven't been able to repaint and base them yet, but that's what those are. And a little bit different way of representing the units on the field. I've got these cubes I made back in the day, each one lettered. Those letters for each unit correspond to the note cards with their strength and unit type. Now the unit type is labeled on these bases, but I'm going to have to redo them because pretty small font. Now it's barely legible, but I don't feel like getting macular degeneration trying to read them, so I went ahead and made these cards. That brings us to the game start. Anything else I want to add? So I do have a microphone on the way. May yet implement that because although you say you can hear me, I probably sound like I'm in an aquarium or a box or something. So I'm hoping this Blue Yeti will make me sound like what I sound like if you were in the room, not watching me through a camera. And let's see, were they hard to make? I missed that. The paper buildings. No, you just have to have the time and patience. They weren't hard to make. And you can't be a perfectionist. If you are, well, for starters, there's a lot of things you won't be able to do in life, but definitely making paper buildings will be one of those things you cannot do if you are a perfectionist. Have a good game, mate. My wife is nagging me to mow the lawn. All right, brother, go mow the lawn, and I will sally forth. Drink here. All right. No, I don't know the link for the paper models. Just go online and type, I think, keywords such as paper, buildings, 3D, PDF, Napoleonic, war game, and you'll find a bevy of different things. Some free. Of course, the free stuff doesn't typically look as good as the stuff you pay for, but also stuff you can pay for, which is what I did with these. All right, let's see. So who goes first? You can probably hear my neighbor outside. That's fantastic. British move first. What do British have here? British have given the cold steel, probe right flank, recon and force, scout left flank, attack center, scout right flank. And this is flat out casualty-induced victory conditions. There's no victory hexes or objectives. It's just Slaughterville. So why don't we do attack center, which will allow me to move 3 units down the center. And I do have the boundary lines marked with these little shrub bushes for the left, center, and right. Again, the entire game board is not used for the purposes of this scenario. So a couple hexes to the left and a couple hexes, 2 or 3 hexes to the right. And the 2 hexes that you see at the bottom of the screen behind the British are not used. The rest are. So, all right, I'll shut up. So we have for the French, British, French, so Portuguese line, and we need Portuguese line information. Movement in hex. They can move 1 hex. All right, so let's move 1 hex. Where's my markers? Marcus. Who needs Marcus? Boy, I tell you what. There's a mark them so I know who did what. Keep track of things. I'll move them, they, and those, and these. Them, they, those, and these. Let's do that. All right, so Portuguese first. Bring them up 1 hex because that's all they can move. Right there. I wasn't planning on doing this tonight, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. Now, there is a sacrifice involved with me being able to play live comfortably where you can see everything, and it's fantastic. That sacrifice is such. I can't sit on the couch and watch TV anymore because this is my TV. I can sit at the game table and watch TV, I guess. But who needs to sit on the couch and watch TV all day? Then you just find yourself watching a bunch of crap you don't want to watch, you wouldn't otherwise watch. I never read anymore. So, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I'll turn over a new leaf here. I turned over an old leaf. And start reading more and things like that. Grenadiers. Those are grenadiers? Really? Now, how far can they move? Movement hex is just 1. All right, grenadiers. Move them up 1 hex. And that completes the opening moves for the Britishes of this scenario, which is combat Redinha. the Commands and Colors Napoleonics with your host, Ed Grimley. If I go back to the French. On my back. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I like that. Coordinated advance. Let's do it. That means French can move 1 unit on the left flank, 1 unit on the right flank, and 2 units in the center. So that makes what, 4 units will be moving. Because I don't believe anybody's in range as of yet, are they? Let me verify. Weapon ranges. 2 hexes, yes. There are some. The Portuguese units just moved within range, so that's their bad. Or I'm going to make it their bad. So, mark them. 4, 2 in the center, right? Right. It would be these guys. And these are for D and F, French line units. So that's the 2 in the center, 1 on the left. I like this guy in the woods here, so I'm going to leave him there. Who's C? C is a line unit. We'll pull him up. He's not doing anybody good there. Actually, these guys are so far back, they need to start. I guess I need to cross the bridge. 2 units here that need to cross the bridge because the river's impassable otherwise. And they're not going to do anybody good. Well, the artillery might do good hanging behind the river because nobody can assault them or do melee attack. So there's 2 in the center, 1 on the left, and 1 on the right. Let's move this light cavalry up. All right. So let's move these guys first. B, who is B? B is line. French line. Movement in hex is 1. So let's bring them in position to cross the bridge, or enter the bridge rather. On the next turn, that's done. And then light cavalry, what do they got? Movement in hexes. Light cavalry can move 1 to 3 hexes. That's a significant distance. Let's pull them 1, 2, 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Still on, yeah, okay. Off map here, I guess. Or off camera, I should say. But they're done. And then the 2 in the center are going to fire. Let's fire F troop first. Just a regular line unit. That is strength of 4, so that's 4 dice. 4 dice. We need there we go. Fine, we need 1s, 2s, or because I don't use the dice that come with the game. I just use regular dice. I don't know. Don't ask. 1s, 2s, or 5s. And we're rolling 4 dice. 1s and 2s, so that's 2 hits and a flag. So 2 hits and but they're with a leader, so they can ignore a flag. So it's just 2 hits. So that D unit is now a 2 instead of a 4, strength-wise. They're done. Then we go to James Alcove. How are you, sir? Absolutely doubt about French victory. Well, optimistic about the French. That's fine. We'll see. We'll see. And then these guys here, right? Line 4 dices. Same deal. 1s, 2s, or 5s. We got 1 hit. So that F unit, Portuguese line unit, goes from a 4 to a 3. So somewhat productive. Productive, not anti-inflammatory. Turn for the French. That brings me back. Draw a card. I drew 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all right. So back to the British. British. What do we want to do? We have a leadership card, scout right flank, probe right flank, decimate right flank. No, that's not a real card. Give them the cold steel, recon and force. Yeah, I like the cards that'll allow movement across the board as opposed to one particular section. So recon and force is what we'll use, and that is 1 unit in each section can go. Start bringing these guys up as the left, except he can't because they're in the way, so I have to bring them up first. And then what? Then we'll bring, what do you think? Well, I can't just sit here and get shot at, so I got to bring them up, or fire them at least. I'm firing uphill. And then these guys. Ooh, are we within range here with this cavalry unit? What is light cavalry? Well, it says 3 moves for British light cavalry too, right? No, yep, 1 to 3. Light cavalry, 1 to 3 hexes. So they could charge this French light cavalry? Is that what you're telling me? They could indeed. Let's do it. So off camera, yay, I'm moving a British light cavalry unit up their maximum distance into a charge against the French light cavalry. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Rolling 3 dice for the British. 1 team. 3s, 5s, and 6s. We got a 6, so that's 1 casualty against the French. That 4 becomes a 3. The French battle back. Same deal. We want 3s, 5s, or 6s, but the French get, no, yeah, 3 dice. 4 dice. Got a 6. No 3s, no 5s. So the British also get that light cavalry unit goes from a 3 to a 2. So we each took a hit on that, just an even exchange there. It brings us back to this I unit, which is a line, British line, just moves 1. Light infantry unit movement in hex is 1. There he goes. Look at that rapid pace. They're like rabbits running across the field there. They're so fast. You better slow down. You're going to hurt somebody. All right, and then 1 in the center, right? Can you move and fire? That would be helpful. He cannot. I can't in good conscience just sit there. So even though I could fire, that doesn't allow me to move. It allows me to continue to sit there, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to move up. There's that. That's the British. Table looks the part. If I remember correctly, you made all those hexes. No, you're incorrect. I have in the past done 3 homemade versions of hexes for a table. This is the 4th version, but I did not make it. This is from Callistra, and this is their fancy pants hard plastic formed flocked hexes that you can order from England, and that's what this is. All right, that's the French. No, that was the British. Now we go to the French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, draw a card. Back to the French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cavalry charge. Ooh, why don't we do that? Because we can see if we can get rid of this, get our first victory banner against this British light cavalry. So French only have one cavalry unit. Let's see. Horse artillery, if you're having cavalry, issue order. Horse artillery, cavalry battle, one additional die. Do I have? Yes, I do. So horse artillery. I could move them. So I'll move the light cavalry unit here off camera that you can't see, and the horse artillery unit here that you can see. And then battle with one additional die. So starting with the light cavalry off camera, which has a strength of, that's K, strength of 3, add 1, that's 4. We want 3s, 5s, or 6s. We got 1, 3, 1, 6, and a 5. So that's 2 hits on J. He's gone. There's our first victory banner. And I don't recall if they advance into that hex. I'm going to assume they do, but I need to verify that. That's our first French, well, first victory banner of the game for anybody, but chalk going down for the French. Put it right here. Put them right here. All right. Do they advance after that? Melee combat. Melee combat. I don't, unless I'm missing something. That I don't want to dwell too long on that, but I don't see anything that says they advance. I'll check that again in the future. But there's our first victory banner. Goes to the French, and then this horse artillery unit, J. Now he's strength of 3, horse artillery. Movement hex is 1 or 2 in no battle. One or two. Well, let's just move them 1, so I can stay on the hill, but get a potential line of sight on any advancing folks that head my way. That's it for the French. All right. Back to the British. Draw a card. British. What you got, a British? Oh. Man, it's awful quiet in here. What else you got, GM? I recognize them. Very nice. Yeah, that's the other thing about this stuff is a number of other folks that have them. So the individuality factor is low because essentially at this point, this looks like a dozen or so other people's tables on YouTube. That's all right though. They still look great. Oh, and I should add this cornfield is from a doormat that I cut out to size and squeezed in here. I thought that was a nice addition. Already mentioned that in another video. Where am I at? The British? Bombard. Don't want to bombard. Scout left flank. Leadership scout right flank. Probe right flank. Give them the cold steel. Is it time to use this? I don't know that it's time to use that. Scout left flank. Scout right flank. Let's just do a quick scout a left flank. So let's move these guys. What is A? A is light infantry. Is it really? That means something. That means you can move up to 2 and no battle, or 1 in battle. Got a falling tree here. Up to 2 and no battle. 1, 2. I'm gonna come around here. What do you think of that? 2 and no battle, 1 in battle. No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go 1 space and battle. All right. Checking the rules here. So can you move and fire? That's essentially move and battle, right? Or is it just move? Can you just move and melee? I want to say you can move and fire. Probably wrong. They are light infantry then. Block. So that's 5 dice, really? Wow. 4. Need another die. What do you want? 1s, 2s, or 5s? Nope. I want 3s or 5s. Did I get any 3s? Yes. 1, 3, 1, 5. So K takes another hit. That 3 becomes a 2. They're at half strength now, and they retreat 1. 1 hex. So that's fine. That puts them out of range. By retreating. And I guess I could have just ran away instead of staying there. As cavalry, I think you can do that, right? You can run away. All right, that's the British. How about a hand for the British? How about not? 4, 5, 6. Back to the French. There's a big attack left flank. I think I got to use that. Big attack left flank gonna happen for the French. 3 units. And 1. 2. 3. Big left flank maneuver. You guys ready? Here we go. B is a line unit. They're going to move 1. So even though they are not actually on the bridge, they're on the bridge for intents and purposes. That's their move. And then C is also a line unit. Move them up 1. But not so that they attack, that block the unit coming off the bridge next turn. And then these guys are going to fire. Who is A? Awesome, that's a light unit, but there's only 4? Really? Well, additional die in ranged combat. All right, so 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Firing at this Portuguese unit. 1s, 2s, or 5s. We got, count it up, 3 hits on Unit F. It was already lost a strength point, so they're at 3, so they're done. So that's another French victory banner. And we're now 2-0, and you need 6 victory banners to win. So the French whipping arse and taking names early on. With some fancy shooting and a nice cavalry charge over here. That's the French turn. What do we have up here? Greetings, hello, John. How are you? Good to have you. It's been a second. What have you been up to, John? All right, whose turn is it? British. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw a card. Not that card. Back to the British. All right, British scout right flank, leadership, probe right flank, give them the cold steel, bombard, and scout right flank. We're going to probe right flank. That allows us to use 2, or as Marco would say, chew units to move. So let's move our chew units. Probe right flank. That would be these folks and these fellers. H, who is H? H is a line unit, so they're going to move up 1 onto the hill. They will be the second gunman on the grassy knoll, as it were. And back and to the left. All right, no more Kennedy references. Then we have K. I think that is, yeah, it's light cavalry. So British light cavalry can go 1 to 3. That'll put them right in the dead line of fire of the French artillery. That's just great. But they're not doing anybody any good sitting back there, so be it. So it goes. That's the end of the British. So to recap, the French are up 2 victory banners to none. We need 6 to win. Back to the French. And let me make sure I have the correct amount of cards. 5. Another fancy pants attack center, although we also have a flank attack, so 2 on each side. That would be nice. When that probe center, that's not bad. And assault left flank. Issue a number of units equal to the amount of cards you have. I don't even have that many units on the flank there. So I think what I'll do is attack center. I think that's what I'll do. That's three units in the center that can attack, and that means some melee action going on there. Some fire action there. That's 2. 3 in the center. And G, which is a line infantry unit hanging out here, is going to move. Let's just go ahead and do that and get it done right here. In an effort to reach that hill. That was 3, right? Yeah. So there's 1. That leaves the other 2. John hanging on to cats and watch at the same time, let alone type. All right. Don't worry about typing, John. I don't want you to hurt yourself or inflict any unwanted injuries. So you just hang on to the cats and watch and enjoy. No need to type. Say hello to the fur faces for me. All right, F is line unit, 4 dice, melee. Anything special happen? Yes. Roll 1 additional die against infantry only in melee combat. All right, so that's 5. What about hills? What happens there? Infantry. That's battle effects. Nothing. Okay. So we got 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s. We got a 5 and a 6, so that's a flag, but it's ignored again because of their pesky leader. We inflict 1 hit though on D, and D is now goes from a 2 to a 1. They will battle back. They would suffer a penalty for battling that hill, but then that would leave nothing for them to roll. So Minimum of one die has to be allowed. And we will roll that one die now, and they get nothing. So the French, now here's the deal. They could be halfway there if this line unit here can do some fancy shooting and knock out the last strength point of that Portuguese unit. Let's see what they can do. 84 dice. We want ones and twos, but fives are acceptable. Ah, we got it. We got a two. Chalk up another French victory banner. I'm saying the leader's done. That's how I roll. French are halfway there. At this point, it's a lopsided landslide of a slugfest going on for the French. With 3 victory banners, they only need 3 more, and the British have none. We're halfway there. And what else we got? Okay, drink. So we're at the halfway point of the game here with 42 minutes in, but a lot of jibber jabber at the beginning, so probably a half-hour gameplay. That was the French, right? Yes. Go back to the British. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My move, and I didn't learn my lesson because the last scenario I did, Napoleonics, the British just kept throwing themselves down the center and getting pummeled. So I'm not doing that again, although I just sort of did that. That said, let's scout right flank. That moves 1 unit on the right. What that does essentially is put this tree to death. That puts them right here. I think I is a line unit. I'll verify that. Unit I. Move in battle or move in not battle. Right? For the love of God, these trees are drunk. I can't do it. I need something to represent the woods, though. All right. The I is, yes, line unit, British line. Oh, yeah, so they can move and not move in battle. That's that. Back to the French. Flank attack on the right. I mean, I don't know that I need to pay that much attention to the right flank. Another cavalry charge? No, I ain't messing with that. Probe center. Let's just assault left flank, even though it might be a waste of a card to use it now, but all right, let's mark everybody that can do stuff. That would be 5 units that can do stuff. Here's 1, 2, 3. And these guys would love to do something, but they can't. So it's 3 units. Let's fire this artillery. Should be just a foot artillery. Let's shoot some feet at K. So French foot artillery at 2x range is 3 dice. And that's what we'll roll, 3 dice. And what do we want? We want 3s or 5s. We get nothing. Hell with what you want, you get nothing. Nothing you get. Our B unit, which is just a line unit, it's going to finish crossing the bridge. And how about some woods melee? Let's do A. which is a light. Just 4 dice. Now, if it was range combat, we'd get a bonus die, but it's not. That's how it goes. 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s. Look at all these. 1, 2, 2. That's 3 hits on I. With a strength of 4. So 4 dice. What about? Okay, just 4 dice. Same deal. 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s. No 1s. No. Yeah, we did get a 1. No 6s, but we did get a 1. So that's 1 hit on A. That light infantry unit strength of 4 becomes a 3, and they retreat 1, but they can't because they're so clogged up with troops behind them. That was smart. They lose another strength point. That becomes 2. So that light infantry unit has been reduced to half strength. Not happy about that. Did it to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. British 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 on the left. Let's do 3 on the left. 3 on the left. That's all we have on the left is 3. L is horse artillery. Let's fire them. I'll mark it so I can keep track of who wins. Portuguese line unit's going to move up. I think it's a line unit. This is light, I believe. B. Portuguese light. Portuguese light can move 1 or 2 and no battle. They shall elect to move 2 and no battle. 1, 2, which places them precariously in front of another artillery unit. I shall probably regret that. And then A is a light. Wow, they are full strength. Can we move 1 and 2 or 2 and no battle? If we move 1, well, check this out. We'll move 1 and we can still battle because that's how it works. And now they're within range, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. We want 3s or 5s. We get enough 3s. That's 3 3s. Oh, jeez. Yep. It was bound to happen. The British get their first victory banner. There it is. Knocked out my French light cavalry unit. I now have no cavalry. I'm not scared. I'm just saying. Just commenting. I'm not proud. Except all the other kids in the schoolyard are going to laugh because I don't have cavalry. Well played, British. They still have a shot with their horse artillery at 3 hex range. 1, 2, 3 hexes. That's like 1. Can you move and fire? Horse artillery. 1 or 2 and no battle. They will move 1 for better odds. Move up 1. Brings them off the hill, but so be it. And sorry if that's off camera. So now we're at a 2 hex range. What is that? What's your strength? L. Yeah, they're good. So 2 dice. Wanting what? Wanting 4s or 5s. We got nothing. That's it for the Brits. don't know why, but mentally I've pretty much assumed a defensive stance for the French and more of a attack stance for the British. It's just kind of how it's developed. If I go, yeah, let's do this. How do I have this again? I'm not complaining. All right, assault left flank. I swear. Yeah, I just got another one. All right, so French are going to assault left flank. Essentially, everybody on the left can do stuff. So he's going to do stuff. He's going to do stuff. And he will do stuff. Let's start with him first. Some more woods combat. That's A, who has a strength of 2 now. That is a light infantry. And that's just 2, right? Yeah. Battle effects. Yeah, I need to just roll 1 because of the woods. Oh man, nothing's gonna happen here. 1, 2, 5, or 6. Yeah, just like I thought. Nothing's gonna happen, and nothing did happen. The British will battle back though, and here's where they probably pick up another victory banner. Just a feeling. That is I. 3 dice. Firing in the woods. Battle effects. 2. 2 dice. That's just a line unit. 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s. They did get a hit on A. It went from a 2 to a 1 now. So that was bad. Let's pull Unit B up. Another French line unit, pulling them forward. And that's a move and no battle. Here we go. This French cavalry here. Same deal, but I don't remember what it was. It was foot artillery at a 2x range. Is 3 dice. On the 3 dice, we want 3s or 5s. We did get a 3 finally. So K goes from a 3 to a 2. I can live with that. Not a whole lot going on that turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the British. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tell you what. It might be time to give them the cold steel. All units adjacent to the enemy will battle with 1 additional die. So really, it's only 1 unit that applies to, but I'm still using it. That is our I unit, right? All units adjacent to the enemy. No, so I can do that guy too. All right. 1 additional die. Let's start with I, which is a 3 strength line unit. 1 additional die. You would lose 1 for fighting in the woods, but you gain it back for battling 1 additional die with the card, so it's just 3. And we want 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s naturally. We did get a 2 and a 6. That's 2 hits on Unit A. He's gone. How do you like them apples? But he gets to battle back with 1 die first, and he got a flag, so they have to retreat. Isn't that something? No, they don't. They have support. So A is gone. French are, or the British rather, are making a push here. They now have their 2nd victory banner. So score now is French 3, British 2. At one point it was French 3, British nothing. So The British found another gear. And then K here, which is light cavalry battling with 2 dice. Right? Woods. Oh, wow, really? Okay, cavalry sucks in the woods. So it's just 1 die, and that's nothing. Back to the French. What do I have here? So, are you kidding me? I have another assault left flank, amount of cards, blah, blah, blah. There's no way, dude. I don't think I discarded that. There's no way I have a 3rd one in a row. Flank attack. Take that back. Yeah, flank attack. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Maybe that'll give us something. So this guy. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And then we're going to hit. Put these guys there. What is this line unit doing in the woods? Nothing. You got to do something. They could fire out of the woods. Okay, yeah, let's do that. In fact, let's do that now. H's line at 4. Firing out of the woods should not be a problem. It's not. At the artillery units, we went 4s or 5s. We get nothing. That's complete junk. All right, J. Horse artillery. 2x range. Horse artillery. French horse artillery. 2x range is 2. What's his strength? Still full strength? Yes. What am I doing? 2. 1s, 2s, or 5. Nice. 2 hits on B. He was a strength of 3. He's now 1. Next turn, we should be able to knock him out and get our 4th victory banner. And then the 2 on the left here. The battle of sitting on my front porch and keeping the kids off the lawn. Yeah, damn reactionary British. Someday I'll learn these rules. I have all the commands and colors Napoleonic games. No reason not to. Well, join the club. I've got a bunch of games of which I know not how to play. I have some games I haven't opened. I'm a mess. 2 on the left. We'll start with these guys. I is again foot artillery. Same. Foot. Le foot artillery. 3 dice. 1 team. 3s or 5s. Come on. Well, we got a 5, but all that does is, see, the retreat thing is ambiguous because it can sometimes benefit the person being fired at. It's supposed to be a penalty, right? But essentially all this did was put them out of a much more less effective range than they were in. So even though they wouldn't have voluntarily retreated, it benefited them to do so. And then B unit. Where are you at, B? It's a full strength line unit. That is 4 down to 3 for the woods. 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6. We'll check that out. We got 2 hits on I. Oh man, he's 1 away. 1 away from a victory banner. He gets the battle back. I does. That was 3. He battles back with 2. Same deal, 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6. He got that rascally rat. He got a hit on me and a flag, so I have to retreat. Took a hit and I have to retreat. All right. Back to the British. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we have a probe right flank. I think we need to do that because everybody's been. British are going to probe right flank. That's 2 units on the right. H is line, so we'll move him up 1. And these guys in the woods, that I unit, which is also a line, is going to move up 1 from woods to woods. Woods to woods. There we go. That's that. Draw a card, back to the French. Cool. I think yep. French are about to get their next victory banner. Here's why. Because this unit here only has 1 strength point left. And that's what's happening. So 2 on the left. Kabooey. Kabooey. 2 on the right. And B is going down. French, if they play their cards right, should be able to pull 2 victory banners out of this turn, putting them 1 away from winning. All right. Once again, but this time we're at 1, 2, 3 hex range on that foot. 3 hex range is 2 dice. Rolling. We got a flag and a hit. So H, what you up to? H comes from a 4 to a 3. And they pull back again. Now they have support in a leader, so they don't retreat. But they did take a hit. You hear a bunch of industrial strength noises. My other neighbor's home now. Let's do this. B unit, what do you got? 3. But into the woods makes 2. Nope. Yeah, 2. And we want 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s. We got nothing. Well, that's that. Should have gotten a victory banner out of that. We got nothing. I, with his measly 1 die, is going to battle back. He gets nothing as well. All right, let's see if this works out any better. J, horse artillery, full strength. Full strength at 2x range. 2 dice. Needing 1s, 2s, or 5s. Come on, 1s. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The French pulled it off. They got their 4th. Partially pulled it off. They're now at 4 victory banners, needing 6 to win either side. Score now is French 4, British 2. 2 victory banners away. We have this H unit again. What do they got? They have a full strength line unit firing at this artillery unit. 2, 3, 4. We'll want 4s or 5s, preferably 4s. So we got a hit and a retreat on L. It goes from a 3 to a 2. He goes back. 2, 3. And then he's out of range of this unit here in the woods, as is the British unit here. Can't fire through the woods, so that's that for the French. Brings us back to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the British, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Assault center, probe center, forced march, leadership, scout right. Why don't we scout right and go 1 unit here, that's I. Might be a waste, but that's what we're doing. 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s, he gets nothing. Battle back on the B. It's 3 dice coming back. -1 for the woods makes 2. 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s. Well, that backfired. I is now gone. And the British, the British and the French. The French now have their 5th victory banner because, why? That stupid unit with a strength of 1 decided to engage a French unit that had more strength, and when they battled back, it knocked them out. Score now is 5 for the French, 2 for the British. 1 victory banner away from the end. What's the British turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 victory banner away for the French. All right, French. Yeah, okay. All right. Charge, cavalry charge. Hope we have something on the right. Let's do this. Coordinated advance. That's 1 on the left, 2 in the center, 1 on the right. 1 on the left. Let's do this. 2 in the center. Pull him up. 2 in the center. Pull him up. 1 on the right. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. All right, so what was H? H was line. We're going to move him laterally such that on the following turn I can start firing at this other British unit here. Sorry if this is blocked or obscured by foliage. But planning ahead, that's what that was there. And then the line unit's going to come up here to the hill. I mean, it's such a formidable position. It's stupid to it. And like I said, this happened last scenario. It's just retarded to assault that as the British headlong and just get chewed up. But it doesn't seem to be working otherwise for them either, the British. This line unit's going to move up into the woods. There's something awful lurking in the woods. And then this guy here, same deal, moving into the woods. The thicket. All right, that's the French. All Frenchified. French are all fed and watered. Now it's time for the British. Center, force march, bombard. There's a force march. Light, rear guard infantry. All right, here's what we're doing. We're going to force march the British right up the center, which is what I said I wasn't going to do. But we got to get something going here. We're not getting anything going. We can move 2 and not battle. Is that correct? I'll check that again. But they're not doing anybody good sitting there either. 1, 2. Can move 2 in battle. Can move 2 in battle. Can move 2 in battle. Can move 2 in fire? No. Can move 2 in battle. I gotta verify that. Okay. That's it for the British. Draw a card. Now we're back to the French. Anybody in the center? Yes. To probe center. That's 2 in the center. You know what this means, right? This means they're gonna fire. That means they're gonna fire. And start whittling away at these poor British. G is a line unit firing 4 dice. Infantry. Hill. Downhill. Okay. What do you need? You need 1s, 2s, 5s, or 6s. That's what you need. We got 2 hits and a flag on C. So C goes from, that's a grenadier unit, goes from 4 to 2, and they have to retreat. All right, good, that did them. So essentially cut the grenadier units in half, and back to D unit, which is a line unit, firing 4 dice also at, who are they firing at? At a guard grenadier infantry unit with a strength of 5. And we got 2 hits, so that strength of 5 guard grenadier unit is now a strength of 3 guard grenadier unit. Back to the British. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probe center again. Yeah, let's do it. British gonna fire, lay down some fire. These guys. And these guys, see what we get. So that is a half strength grenadier unit firing 2. Grenadier. Rolling 1 additional die in ranged and melee combat. So that 2, you can add 1 and get 3 dice out of that. 1s, 2s, or 5s. We get, wow, 2 hits and a flag on G. That line unit has been strength-wise cut in half. They do have support though, so they can ignore that 1 flag. E is our guard grenadier unit. They also roll 1 additional die and range. So that 3 guard grenadier add 1 4 dice. Firing at this unit here, 1s, 2s, or 5s. We got 2 hits on D. So that line has been cut in half now. So somewhat constructive for the British there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw card 6. Back to the French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, big center battle. Okay. 2 French units are going to fire back at the redcoats there. Right there. No, let's do this. Half strength line unit, that's 2 dice, firing here. 1s, 2s, or 5s. We got 1 hit on C. That length goes from a 2 to a 1. Man, I'd love to fire at him and get that victory banner, but he's out of range. F is a full strength line unit, that's 4 dice. Firing at that guard grenadier unit. 1s, 2s, or 5s. Ooh, we got a 2 and a 5. A 5 flag is ignored because they have a leader. We did get another hit on that guard grenadier unit, so it goes from 3 to 2. Who will win the Battle of the Center? What it's become. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to the British. Center battle continues. All right, fair enough. British are going to fire back. C unit here. 1 die. Here. Ah, he gets a hit. That's G. Took that hit. He's also 1 now. That's coming down to the wire here. Guard Grenadier unit. Wait, what was C? C was Grenadier. They battle with 1 extra die, right? Yes, they get to roll another one. Oh, look at that. Knocked them out. British get another victory banner. Score now is 5 for the French, 3 for the British. That was Grenadier unit. Good job, British Grenadiers. Knocking out a French unit. Again, when this started at one point, it was the French 3 victory banners, British none. And our Guard Grenadier unit has a strength of 2 plus 1, additional is 3. Going at D with a strength of 2, 1 hit, and D is now a strength of 1. Back to the French. So it looks like the end game is going to come about at the center. Assault center, war center. F. Looks like everybody's going to be firing at this Guard Grenadier unit with a strength of 2. F is aligned with a strength of 4. If we get 2 hits, it's over. We did 2 hits. No, we didn't. 6 does not count in ranged combat. So we got 1 hit on E. There's now a strength of 1, but this unit is yet to fire, and he has a strength of 1. Could he end it? He can, and he did. All right, that's game. Knocked out that guy there. Boom. The French won. Now the British made it interesting there towards the end with their little attempted comeback, but it wasn't enough. It was too little, too late, too much, too late. Something to that effect. Final score is 6-3 in favor of the French. What do you do? What are you doing? That's the way the egg rolls. All right. Any other comments? I dislike the British during this period, so I would double time them in the month. What? So I would double time them in the mouths. All in the valley of death, road to 600. All right, that's the game. That was Combat at Redinha, a live play event. Saturday Night Fight Maker. I will promptly end this, but before I do so, say goodbye. Wave bye. Bye-bye. I'm probably going to get scratched in the face for that. All right, guys. Stay safe. I'll talk to you next time.